There he is, Nathan.
Gentlemen.
Nathan Kirby. How are you doing, sir?
Man, I'm amazing.
Man,
how are you guys?
We're all right, brother. We're all right. Welcome to the Oddass podcast. And for the fans, please give a warm welcome to Nathan Kirby, Stunt Man, motivational speaker, MMA and BJJ coach, freaking actor. I mean, man, you are a man of many hats. Walk us through it, brother. What drives you, bro? I need to know what drives you, because not many a man are dipping their toes into that many ponds, brother.
That is an amazing question. I wish I knew what was the purpose behind all this. I pray every day that God reveals that to me, and I know my purpose is to influence, inspire, encourage. I know I'm supposed to lay the framework for other people so they know that it's possible. I know this sounds crazy. Maybe this is why I was supposed to say this. It's so childish to say it, but there's a quote on Cars. Remember the cartoon Cars?
Yes.
And she says, "What did it feel like when you went up there? Were you afraid? Did you know you can win?" And he goes, "Honestly, I didn't have a belief that I couldn't." Okay. And I guess I've been with this awakening a while back. If I could do this, man, what else can I do? Well, I mean, what can't I do? I mean, and I guess it's because I've been fighting people for so long as a coach, trying to inspire them, trying to encourage them. And I realized that there's nothing that I could say or do that is going to make them do it until they make a decision themselves. I can't be their motivation. I can be their accountability partner. I can be a bumper on the bowling alley, so they know where to go, where not to go. But man, they got to make a decision themselves. But at least when they do, I could show them how to get there. So instead of saying, "Do this," I say, "Let's go. Follow me. I'll show you the way."
That's right. That's right. I got to tell you, all right, I'm going to break this down to two different things.
Okay.
For one, if I had to have some spiritual message from Cars, it would be ka-chow. You know what I mean?
I'm in.
Okay. And then number two, would you, this is more of a question. This is a question. It's not more of a question. That was ignorantly, coherently dumb to say. This is a question. Would you go skydiving? Because you seem like you'd go skydiving. Probably in the nude is what you would seem like.
My wife wouldn't let me do it in the nude, number one.
He tried already.
I have it over here. I already have a certificate of completion that I skydived. It's the largest you can do in the United States.
Good God.
From the highest elevation. I did it at Cape Canaveral in Florida.
Wow. Okay.
And it was the scariest moment of my life because I'm deathly afraid of heights.
Yeah,
and
I feel that a little bit.
And I did it. I did it anyway. And I can't tell you man, I got this French dude on my back. And I mean, you know how they
was he in the nude?
Thank God he was not.
Okay, all right.
He was not, but he was trying to give me some reassurance of how many jumps, how many flights he's done. And I felt really comfortable with his piece that he had about him. And we're supposed to scoot forward. And I'm sitting parallel of this bench. I'm straddling it. And you get to the end, and there's an opening of the door. There's nothing, man. And he's like, just put your foot in there. And I'm doing this as I'm going forward. And I grab it. He goes, "We're going to lean forward. And when I tap you like this, you're just going to open your arms up. But before that happens, you just got to fall and you have to tuck your head into a roll. And I'll tap you." I'm like, "You're going to have to say that all over again. I already forgot what you said."
Oh, my goodness.
Bro, it was one of the most exhilarating things I've ever done. The moment I left the plane, zero fear. It was incredible.
Wow.
No, that's
awesome. It was
awesome.
incredible.
And I take it the parachute opened.
Thank the Lord it did.
Yeah.
And I was too big for us to land and run and walk because he didn't want to have to carry me. So I had to raise my legs up and we went in on our butts.
Okay.
But
Yeah, thank God
Man.
you weren't in the nude because you'd have gravel butt cheeks.
What is this with you in the nude? Why are we doing this?
It's a general question, brother. It's a general question. The public's going to want to know.
I'm in the nude at my house enough. I feel sorry for the neighbors because I have a hot tub. I'm in it every night. If you don't like it, don't look.
That's right. No, that's right. This is America.
This
what
is
do we
my
pay
house.
taxes for anyways?
America, it's my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. You've been in many a film. What are two of your favorite experiences that you've ever had on set or off of set still dealing with that movie?
Okay. Man, I love that.
Yeah, let's go.
I've been in over 100 movies now. Haven't published a lot of them of what I've done because I have NDAs. Some are still in post or editing or stuff like that. When I first started, I just decided I'm going to do this. I didn't know how. Nobody was telling me how. I was being shut out of certain places because of my religious beliefs, and I won't kiss a female. I got
Because you
kicked
got a
off
wife.
of I've been married. Yeah, next month will be 30 years.
Yeah.
I won't do gay scenes, nude scenes. I know you like the nude stuff, but I only do that at home. I got kicked off of
understandably. Understandably, by the way, I'm just trying, brother, when I ask these questions, they're super important. The public's going to want to know, everyone's going to want to know if you were skydiving nude or if the man behind you was nude. And thank God you weren't because you would have had gravel butt cheeks.
It would have been bad. I'd still be pulling out gravel.
But we're not doing nude scenes in film though. That's where we're at.
Yeah, no nude scenes.
Yeah.
So over 100 movies, I was able to do Chad Powers with Glenn Powell. And I did the Superman movie. I was on that for 4 days. I was on Taylor Sheridan's Lioness, the Madison, Landman. I was in Tyler Perry's Medea Destination Wedding, The Oval, Ruthless, and Beauty in Black. I mean, I've just done a whole bunch of stuff. I think my number one favorite was I was on a Netflix special with John Bernthal called His and Hers.
Okay.
Sick.
That is
John Bernthal. So it just so happened that I filmed with him one day. He didn't know who I was. I was just a sheriff's deputy in this TV show called His and Hers. It's already out, so I could talk about it. I had a scene. I didn't have a scene with him that day, but I saw him that day. Later that week, I'm in Atlanta, and it just so happened I'm filming some men's commercial. I had another gig, and I'm filming a men's health commercial at a fitness center. And I'm in these little booty shorts and a little tank top because I'm supposed to be a 1980s fitness instructor. And he walks in, and I'm wearing this. And he didn't recognize
that's actually
me.
funny.
Yeah, he didn't recognize. He thought I just worked there. And I recognized him, and I told him there's a sauna. I just did the hot sauna. There's a cold plunge in the men's locker room. He's like, man, they got me working 14 hours. I'm like, I know I was on set with you Monday. He looked at me, then he looked at my attire, and he goes, oh, yeah, but I wouldn't have recognized you. He actually recognized me in my sheriff's uniform, and he knew that I was a sheriff's deputy. And he goes, I would have never recognized you. We talked a little bit. No big deal. But it was the next week. I filmed with him like 3 or 4 days. And that man walked up to me out of everyone. He just walked straight up to me, shook my hand as I'm sitting. I didn't even stand up to greet him. I was just taken back. And we talked every day on set, telling me about his podcast, telling me about his boxing days. He was the coolest freaking dude, man. And just for your listeners, if they've never seen this, there's a podcast called The Real Ones, and that's what he has. And he had a guest on there, Shia LaBeouf. And it was, if any men is dealing with issues, trauma from their lives, especially as young men, go and listen to this podcast, listen to this episode. It's life-altering. So that was my best experience. Man, John Bernthal was cool, dude. Awesome. I'd say that the second best, you guys know who Neil McDonough is. He was on Fury. He was on Suits. The Last Rodeo.
Fury is in the tank movie?
Yeah.
Nazis. Which fella is that from that movie?
He's always a bad guy because again, he was the guy in Suits. He's got silver hair, blue eyes.
Okay.
Super famous. I did a movie with him in Memphis, Tennessee, and I got like I'm a SAG actor now, so I became a union SAG actor. I became a SAG stunt man, and I did my very first ever SAG stunt on this movie in Memphis. It's called The Last Days of David Allen. I got to see the trailer. Oh my gosh, man, it was so amazing. But my first SAG stunt on a set happened in Memphis, Tennessee, with Neil McDonough. I got shot in the head, and man, it was incredible. But
That's sick.
that was a tie. But here's my favorite experience was last. I don't remember what year this was. I've been going nonstop for like 3 years. So, I sleep in my vehicle. I hustle. This is a hard thing to do, and I'm still running a business. That's where I was early when I called you, man. I'm still running my MMA school, but I'm sleeping in my truck in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm on set with Glenn Powell. And then all of a sudden, Eli Manning comes on the football field that we were filming. Good Morning America was there the next day. Hulu was there doing Instagram videos, like the company Hulu was there because this was Chad Powers came out on Hulu. So I've got this cool scene on the sidelines. Steve Zahn grabs me and yells at me, and I go back into the huddle with, I was one of the coaches. But the cool scene had nothing to do with Eli Manning or Glenn Powell themselves, but it was my own kind of arrogance as a guy. All these guys are on the football field. They're playing football. They're throwing it back and forth. They're kicking it. And in between takes, and it's probably midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. We film till 6 a.m. All I want to do is get on that field and punt that football. I played semi-pro football in Iowa. One of the other lives I had. So I played semi-pro football. I was a punter. I finally got on that field. Eli Manning standing there. Chad Powers behind me, or Glenn Powell's behind me, and they're doing like an interview. I'm like, give me the ball. Give me the ball. And here I am, 50 years old. Oh, I was 49 at the time. I'm 49. And I punted the ball towards the end zone. And it only went like 37 yards. I'm like, give me another ball. I punted again. It was like 42 yards. Punted another time, 44 yards. And then the last one before I thought I was going to snap a hamstring because I'm old, I punted 49 yards.
That's a lot.
I'm telling you, man, listen, all I cared about was anybody got us. I wanted them to see it so bad. It was just dudes being dudes. That was probably the greatest thing. Had nothing to do with the movie. It was that at 49, I still had a 49-yard punt in me.
Yeah, do 49 by a 49er. You know what I mean?
Yard a year.
Yeah, yard a year. That's what they say. I've heard them say it. Hey, man, what got you into MMA?
You want the traumatic version or do you want the therapeutic version of it?
We'll get the lighting directly correct in this. Excuse my French, bitch. You know what I mean? We will get the lighting down. We will play some ominous music, and we would love to hear your traumatic story and endeavors and experiences. Because we've all got them. Let's face it. I'm not trying to make fun of it. I'm trying to make light of it because everyone goes through it. And I believe the best remedy for, sadness is joy, right? Like,
100%.
even if you've got to make yourself be happy, sometimes you just got to do it, bro. You know what I mean? Give me the realness. Give me the rawness. Let's see what this is all about.
Give me good practice, I guess. I'm speaking in North Carolina in next month, and I'm doing a sports clinic there, and then I'm giving a testimony to all these athletes while I'm out there. And how I got into martial arts to begin with was just from I had so much anger and animosity as a kid growing up. I have 3 dads. I was abused as a kid. I didn't meet my real father till I was 16 years old. I met my biological father. And my second father was an alcoholic. He was very abusive. He abused me and my brother. And I had to deal with the physical abuse for a very long, long time. My mom left him finally. And She married another guy, and it was just mental anguish. It was New World Nate. It was thinking I'm stupid. I was called gay. It was those things that just crushed me. And so I left the house. I was 17 years old. I was on my own, ended up moving to another town. I literally am homeless. I'm living in a basement of an old lady, living in the back of a truck. I'm living on my friends' porches with their cockroaches. I'm running around on the streets. I'm in a gang. I got thrown in jail. It was a very tough life for a while. And I met my wife. I met my wife in 1995. If you could believe this, we met in 95 and we were married in 96, like 30 years ago next month. And it changed my life. She changed my life. And in the process of learning how to love, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what a relationship was. I finally was able to forgive my stepfather for abuse right before he died. I gave forgiveness for him. And I found martial arts to be an unbelievable outlet. And I started doing Taekwondo. I was a 10-time state champion. I became a world champion in 2008. And as I'm training martial arts, I wanted more, kind of like everything I do in life. I want more. I want to get more of this. And I realized there's a guy in Iowa. His name was the Mexicutioner. That was his nickname. Do you remember the old school tap out crew? Yeah. Punk ass, skyscraper mask. Okay. They came to town and they were in their RV. They were doing a TV show. And this guy, Rod Montoya, was on this. It was before the Ultimate Fighter. Rod Montoya started training with me. And there was a point that I remember saying, Rod, I don't know enough. I didn't know jiu-jitsu. I didn't know wrestling. I didn't know the ground fighting. I knew karate, man. And it was terrible. I had no idea how fake it was. So I said, we got to go to Militich. So him and I drove to Davenport, Iowa, and I trained with Pat Militich and ended up learning how to fight. I joined Team Hard Drive in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And I'm going up there. I'm taking my massage therapy table. I was a massage therapist. I took my table to Davenport, Iowa, to Moline. I trained with Pat Militich, and I got to work on Brock Lesnar. That was how I got to train up there for free. I took my table and I work on these guys. And, man, oh, God, I sucked so bad. I didn't realize how bad I was. This dude with no legs at Militich choked me out. And I say no legs. This was coming out of his hip. That was it. Oh,
my goodness.
Oh, man.
He took my back. He choked me out singing in my ear. Like, I was nothing. That changed the world, man. It was red pill, blue pill. And I went down that lane of MMA and I started fighting. I was 7-0 before I lost my first fight. And, man, I fell in love with it. But it wasn't out of anger anymore. It was out of love. It was passion, man. I love punching people. I do. Don't get me wrong. I love kicking people in the face. That was my favorite thing to do. But, man, MMA just gave me an outlet to do other things, and I started promoting, and ended up in 2008. I moved to Arkansas to start training. I was still teaching Taekwondo for an organization, running an MMA show like I did in Iowa, and then teaching my first MMA class. And that's how I built my MMA curriculum and everything. So MMA has been in my life since 2003, but martial arts has been in my life since the mid-90s.
Man, that was an excellent story. That was an excellent story. Pat Militich, that's no joke. That's no joke.
Oh, yeah.
That was back when there were teams everywhere, you know? Let's break this down so we all have a firm understanding of where we're at. You said you were married in 96. You met your wife in 95. Well, I was born in 94, brother. But here's the thing. We have extensive knowledge of MMA and combat sports. And back then, teams were everything, right? All over the country, there were... It wasn't like, such and such gym, the Hard Nose gym. It was Team Hard Nose. That's where I'm at. That's the guys
Yep.
I'm with. Yep. What do what was the biggest lesson that you learned training with those guys?
Physically, personally, myself, what I learned, So their striking coach for Militich was on, it was Matt Pena. He was a striking coach from Militich. He was on The Ultimate Fighter as one of the striking coaches. And here I am in front of him, wanting to join the fight team, thinking I'm some fighter. I'm a street fighter. I got street cred. I beat up 3 guys one night. I'll tell you that much. I've been jumped multiple times. But, bro, I'm MMA. It's a whole different world. So he's like, all right, tell me what you got. Brother, I get on this heavy bag. Man, I'm going to town. I'm out of breath. And he gets down. He goes, all right. Well, you don't have any head movement. I didn't see any combinations. I didn't see level changes. I didn't see footwork. I'm not. And I realized I sucked. I didn't know anything other than hitting a bag as hard as I could or kicking as hard as I could. And it put me in my place immediately to make me realize no matter what black belt I was, I'm going to start over from a mindset that I don't know nothing. And every day to this day, I still don't know anything. I still go in wondering what I can learn. I learned something a few years back from a purple belt from another school, and I'm running my school. And this jiu-jitsu guy from Louisiana came in and showed me a new grip for the gi. I just taught it 2 nights ago in my school. So I think giving me an opportunity to be a white belt and always be a student, no matter what it is, it's humbled me enough because there's always some knowledge or somebody's better than you. But it was just being able to learn.
100%. Dude, humility can be the best teacher, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. Let me ask you this. Yeah, let's the dramatic effect can go. Thanks. Did you like it though? You're the professional. Was that dramatic enough?
It was pretty decent.
Okay.
But there needs to be a backlight. You're missing your uplighting behind you guys.
Ah.
Get it together, bud.
I never even heard of
Get it
uplighting.
together, bud.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Look,
Uplighting.
very dramatic now.
Yeah.
Shoot.
See, uplighting. You'll get it together, guy. You'll get it.
We'll get it. We got some front lighting though.
We
You
do
see
got
the front lighting.
Yeah.
I do see it.
Yeah, red corner, blue corner. You know.
That's where we messed up.
I see that.
We put all the lighting on the front.
We need to put that in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for that. See, humility.
Mm-hmm.
Humility. Thank you.
What's that picture down there in the front of the table?
So that is a Piotr Jan something or another trading card.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You know Piotr Jan.
Yeah.
A comedian and we've interviewed him on the podcast. His name's Nick Beekline, and he's this hillbilly from Kentucky. And he's a crazy fella. But he was doing a giveaway, and I entered it, and I think we might have broke the rules a bit because I feel like he knew I was into MMA. We hadn't interviewed him yet, but he was still seeing our stuff and was saying,
cool.
hey, yeah. And I think he might have bent the rules for us a bit and was like, no, I picked those guys. I don't think it was so random. So, but we won it. He sent it to us. We put it in a frame and put it up there. Yeah, bud. So, what belt are you? So, wait, let's back up. What is your favorite discipline in mixed martial arts?
I don't have one anymore.
You love all of them.
I found even Brazilian jiu-jitsu in the gi. I hated.
Yeah. Yeah.
The gi when I first started because I was an MMA guy.
Yeah.
I hated the pajamas. I had a black belt from Brazil. To this day, he still competes. He's back in Brazil training, but he was here in Arkansas, and he was my first professor. Dude, he choked me one time. This is before my maturity. I had to develop maturity and develop wisdom. I remember he had a gi choke on me, and he's on his back, and I'm an MMA guy, so I had raw technique, from MMA grappling, no gi style. But, you're so much control using the gi. He had a cross collar on me, and he was trying to choke me, and he ain't strong enough. All I know is he took his hand inside of my other gi and punched my trachea and was pulling the other side of the gi, and he was crushing my trachea. And I'm too stupid just to tap immediately. I'm going to fight out of this. I ain't no mama's biatch. I went to fight as hard as I could. I'm popping elbows. I'm trying to posture. Crushed my trachea, and I had a tap. And I remember looking at him. I said, if you do that again, we're fighting.
Yeah.
I don't need that. We will fight.
Yeah.
You're not a fighter. There is still a difference. And there isn't a single jiu-jitsu person that I know who doesn't respect that aspect of this. It's still part of it. You're still doing a game. You're still doing a game. I will hit you. And in my mind, it took everything I had to humble myself, learn how to tap. But also, ain't no Brazilian wants to tap to some white belt American dude.
Yeah. Not for a fact.
Yeah. So I had a huge curve that I had to learn really what the sport was. And I've just been, and again, that was just after professional fighting, I went to jiu-jitsu, and I'm a second degree black belt in jiu-jitsu. My professor is Marcelo Monteiro from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He's under Ricardo De La Riva. So if you heard of De La Riva guard, that's my professor's upline. And I've got like 6 or 7 black belts under me now, which is incredible and crazy. It's just, it's just a daily grind, no matter what.
Absolutely. It's a funny thing. I've never told anybody this. Whenever I meet people and they ask about the podcast and they ask how they can get into training and stuff, I always like to start with, if you're just doing this to get into shape and learn some good self-defense, either boxing or jiu-jitsu. And when people, some people, it's just a choice, right? And either or you can do both in. But, when people go, well, what about jiu-jitsu? I like to I have like a litmus test. And if you're just this cocky little SOB, I go, oh no, you need to do the gi. You need to do the gi. To people who are really humble about it, I go, and I just break it down to them for real. And I'm like, nah, dude, hey, listen, go no gi first. See if you even like it. And even if you don't like it, keep going for a couple months and really, really, really fill it out. You're going to learn some stuff. You're going to get into shape. You're going to learn some, how to be humble and you're going to figure out that all these problems that you think are real problems, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
But to the cocky SOBs, there's quite a few of them that I've absolutely, sent straight to some gi training. And the next day you can tell they'll have like that rash or that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, bro. And I'll be like, so freaking jiu-jitsu's gay, right? Jiu-jitsu's gay? Yeah. How was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, man. I hated it though. I ain't gonna lie, I hated the gi grappling as well. Getting choked with my own clothes, dude, not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's something you have to learn. Like I got so excited learning new submissions, like with the gi, with the collar, with the opponent's collar. But if it was no gi, I tell people all the time, you need to find an MMA class, and those are hard to come by.
Correct.
Get MMA gloves on, do takedowns, do some ground and pound, use the heavy bags, body shields, focus mitts. I don't like just boxing. To this day, this is what makes boxers mad. And I've been doing this a long time. Not one man has ever walked in my academy with boxing background and ever stayed in MMA, ever. Not one. They'll come do a class. They'll come to a 2-week trial. They may hang out for a month. They may think they're going to do sparring class, and then they never, ever come back to a technical class because the ground is so alien to them. They don't want to start over and become humble. I don't care if you're the best striker in the world. I'm taking you down. I'm taking your back. You can't stop me.
Yeah.
So boxers never stick with MMA or jiu-jitsu. They don't do it. No. Wrestlers learn how to box. Those are the new champions. That's the facts.
Oh, yeah, dude. And it's very evident. It's very evident throughout sports. You can just tell.
History, Daniel Cormier.
That's my goat. Daniel Cormier is my greatest of all time, by the way.
Okay.
It's my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was training, so Luis Pena, Violent Bob Ross trained with me, and then he ended up getting called on to the Ultimate Fighter, and that was his coach, was DC.
Yeah.
and he ended up going out there. I met DC at a actual boxing match in Louisiana once. So yeah, wrestling is 100% king in the sport. And then I wouldn't even say it's boxing. I would say a mix of kickboxing, because without the leg kicks, without range, short range, mid range, long range, your shot, you get to be able to set up that distance. You got to have it all, man. That's why I said there isn't one anymore. I've come accustomed for the last 20 years of training everything. Man, I love kicking somebody's hard as I can on an outside leg kick, and then sneaking an inside leg kick, and then they don't even see the head kick coming.
No.
And then they think it's coming, and then boom, you have a shot. I mean, there's so many great setups, but I love the sport. I mean, I love teaching kids the sport more than anything.
Plain and simple, dude. Plain and simple. Well, brother, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this thing's only got a couple minutes left. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out before we have to sadly end this thing?
Man, no, you know what? If you got a lot of MMA fans in here and guys of sports in general, there's so many men that I deal with out there that are struggling right now mentally. They're dealing with pornography, and they're trying to find something to fill a void in their life. And so the one thing I do, I mean, they could go and get in shape. That's the one thing. They're just lazy. They're watching TV. They're not being the husband or the man or the father that they need to be. And I just am compelled to beg your listeners to really dive in to find out what makes them tick. And they can't do that living a subpar, mediocre, below average life, watching everybody else live theirs. Get off of Facebook, get off of Instagram, get off of anything that cause a distraction in your life. Get in a podcast like this, something that's going to pour into you. Get into church, lead your family the right way, start praying to God, and come back to Jesus. It'll change your life if they do that. And in the process, then, man, if they really do, I say this all the time. First of all, you're never too old to start MMA. Please get back into martial arts. Get back into, you are never too old to start fighting. I didn't fight till I was 30 years old. I didn't start fighting till I was 30. I'm almost 51 years old. I was still sparring until I hurt my knee 3 years. I was still sparring. It's never too late for them. Get in a gym, find a family, become the man they need to be. That's my message.
Let's go, dude. This is a hell of a message,
sick.
dude.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you've seen the pod, but we've had a couple guys on here like Avery Wilson. And what we like to do is the old, shout out to Big J.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big J because he carried it all.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. I mean, I know we just had Easter, and that's over with. I don't want people to go away from it. I started this Facebook page called Faith on Fire, and I just want people to realize there's something so much more out there than their daily grind, their daily bills, their fear and anxiety. There's a bigger God out there that'll carry it all. So anyway, thanks for leading me into that.
No, let me tell you. No, while we're on it, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm going to get this in before that timer clicks down.
All right, go.
Let me tell you what ticks me off when people start talking about God. They think God's like this white clothed, maybe some wings, halo on his head, dude sitting on a throne in the sky. And let me tell you, when you break that book open, and everyone can interpret it differently, but when I think about God, the creator of the universe, I think about this beyond huge, trans-dimensional being sitting on that emerald throne, just decked out, folks to his left, folks to his right, and people like to play it down like it's some, he's the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus.
No,
it's so much bigger than that. And with the alien thing going on.
First.
Do what?
He is the first. He's the last. He is, he was, and is to come. He's the Alpha, the Omega, the Redeemer. He's the shield, the rock, the refuge in which we seek refuge from. Trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle, subdues my enemies beneath me. That's the God that I serve.
Let's go, brother.
Damn right.
Hey, you just knocked that out, dude. You just knocked that out, Nathan. Or can I call you Nate? I feel like I should call you Nate now.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a great podcast, brother. Hey, thank you for coming on. Thank you for all the wise words because there were many.
Yeah,
And,
thanks, guys.
I hope to do this again soon.
Thanks for the platform, man. Means a lot to me.
Absolutely, brother. You keep
God bless,
knocking them out.
guys. See ya.
See you, bud.
Appreciate you,
Later.
man.